students. So let's start other part of the first lesson. So in the first part we have already studied about the concept, the basic concept about the business, and the second thing, business concept, what is called business, how the business came to this society, and what are the business objectives for a consumer in the point, the view of the consumers, and what are the objective for the businesses. There are, we have discussed two main objectives and three sub objectives, and then we have discussed the consumer needs and wants and their features, characteristics, and now we have to study the what is called a manufacturing businesses. Okay, so manufacturing businesses means a business can be categorized as follows. By the nature of the product they produce, business can be categorized to two parts. By the nature of the product they produced. Okay, so the two part is commodity manufacturing businesses and service manufacturing business. Okay, so manufacturing businesses can be divided into two parts: the commodity manufacturing businesses and service providing businesses. Okay, so commodity manufacturing business means what, first we have to understand what is a commodity. Commodity means a tangible and a physical existing thing. Existing thing is called as commodity. This kind of the businesses producing this kind of commodity is called the commodity manufacturing business. First we have to explain, understand what is called commodity. What is called commodity? Tangible and physical existing things. So the people, the businesses who are manufacturing and producing or providing these commodities are called as commodity manufacturing businesses. Okay, so they may be, it may be different from different these manufacturing businesses produce different type of goods that can satisfy a single need. Okay, so for the main aim, the main aim of this commodity manufacturing business is to fulfill the human needs and wants. Okay, so now we will create a clear definition to a commodity manufacturing business. So first we have to write what is called commodity. Tangible and physical existing things are called commodity. The people who manufacturing or producing these kind of commodities to fulfill the customer needs and wants are called as commodity manufacturing businesses. Okay, so write down or note down. And then they considering various things like taste of the consumers, income levels, and social status, like that sort of things they are considering when they are producing the goods, producing the commodities. Okay, so for an example, for the commodities are the automobiles and electric ovens, phones, pencils, tables, anything that is that have physically existence, or that is physically existent or tangibility. So you can write anything. Okay, like pencil, pen, tables, or some anything means like that. Okay, so there is an activity also. So if you like, you can try it. Category of goods and brand name and reason for choice. For an example, for soap, tell me a brand name. Velvet. Okay, so why we choose that, why we choose Velvet as a soap? Okay, reason for choosing is the it may be the smell, or it may be the price, like that. Okay, so for a toothpaste, there are several brands, no? So Signal, Colgate, and Sensodyne. For an example, we choose Sensodyne for dental problems. Okay, so the reason for choose of the commodities are different from people to people. It may vary. So if you like, you can try that activity. And the second part is service providing business. Service providing, what is called a service means? A service means an activity or process no. So service providing business is the business that doing any activity or a process to fulfill a customer need and wants. So what is commodity manufacturing business? There is it is tangible and it is tangible and it is physically existent, but here service is not tangible and not physically existent. It is just only an activity or a process to fulfill a customer needs and wants. Okay, for an example, there are some examples: wholesale businesses, retail businesses, insurance institution, banking institution. So they are giving us services, not product that can that have tangibility. Okay, so they are giving us the services. So we have studied the commodity manufacturing businesses and service providing businesses. Okay. So second part is the factors of the production. What are the factors of the production? Factors means the resources that the business requires different kinds of resources to produce a good and services. These resources are called as factors of production. Okay, so these the factors of production can be divided into 4 parts. Okay, first one is land, labor, capital and entrepreneurship. Okay, so we will see what is the explanation or the meaning of for one by one. Okay, first one is land. What is called land? All the natural resources available are considered as land. For an example, if you take a bakery business, the land used to build that building is comes under the land. Okay, so it is come from the natural, it is come naturally. Okay, so the land is come naturally, it is not human made, no. Okay, so all the natural resources available in a business is called land. So it includes the resources on surface of the land as well as resources in the inner part of the land. So for an example, minerals, forest, soils, like that. Okay, so labor means the mental and physical contribution of a people in a business. Okay, so mental and physical, the people are contributing in a business in different ways. Okay, some individual contributing by their physical efforts, some people contributing like by their mental efforts. So the mental efforts, the accountants and the managers giving their mental abilities, mental skills to the businesses. Okay, the workers of the business giving the physical efforts. For again, if we take the bakery business example, the workers, the waiters, the chefs are giving the physical efforts to the business, and the accountants in the bakery business and the managers and those people are giving the mental effort. So all these people are called as labor in the business. Okay, so the capital, anything produced by man in order to facilitate the manufacturing process is known as the capital. Okay, so anything that produced by the man, it should be produced by man and it should be facilitate the manufacturing process. So again, in the bakery business, the building and the machines, the ovens, and that's all the machinery things and the buildings are comes under the capital. Okay, entrepreneurship means the role of the organizing all these factors, all these 3 factors, the land, labor and capital, to a production in order to start or conduct a manufacturing process. He is the person who organize all these factors and process a production and fulfills the people wants and needs. Okay, who is an entrepreneur? He's the one who take the risk and create innovations and take decision with regards to the business. Is the one who take the decisions and innovations and take the risk. So it will become under a large chapter in your A level. So here there is a small part to entrepreneurship. Okay, so that's all you need to know about that. So first, so again we will refer factors of production. What is called factors of production means the resources that helps to produce goods and services. There are four parts: the land means the natural resources, the labor means the mental and the physical contribution of the people, capital means the anything that produced by man in order to facilitate the manufacturing. Entrepreneurship means the role of organizing all the three factors to produce something to fulfill the customer needs and wants. Okay, so done. Then we are moving to the part stakeholders of the business. Who are the stakeholders of the business? Stakeholders means the parties who are interested in the business activities. The parties who are interested in the business activities. For an example, owners. Owners means the people who invest in the business. Okay, so he is the person who giving the capital to the adequate capital to the business. Okay, so the second one is managers. The person who take the decisions and control the people, employees. There are so many things we will discuss. So customers means the people who buying the goods and services from the organization. Suppliers means the people who provide the raw materials or the things we need the product that we need to produce the goods and services. Okay, the competitors means the people who producing or selling the same good like us. Okay, so financial institution, like banks who providing loans and advising, and employees means the workers. Government, government means the no. So community means the people outside the business. Okay, so let's learn one by one who are these people. Okay, so who are these people? These people are stakeholders. Who are the stakeholders? The people who interested in the organization or the business. Okay, so one by one. First one is owners. Who are the owners? Owners are the person who provide as I said before, who the owners are the persons providing the resources to the business or the providing the capital to the business. No, so without an owner there is no a business can be exist. Okay, so owner can be single or group of person. In a partnership business there are several owners. No, so 2 to 20 people are there in a partnership. So their owners can be one person or a group of person. So second one is managers. Who are the managers? Managers are the person who implement the decision of the owners. Sorry, and who conduct and decision of the owners are implemented by the managers. Okay, so he is the person who implement the decision of the owners, and also he is the person who take decision in sometimes he also taking the decision in a correct way. Okay, correct manner, and he is controlling the employees. Managers have lot of duties, so is the person that person is called as managers. In a large scale business there are several managers: the financial management, marketing manager, production manager, like that. Okay, so customer means who are the customer? Customers are the person who buys the good and services from the business. They can buy this. The customer, that's the important part of the customer. A business can have two kind of customers: customers who buy the goods either with reselling motive. Okay, the people who buying the goods to resell that goods. Okay, so if for an example, if we are a wholesale business, our customers are the people who wants to resell that items. Okay, so it is a one type of customer. Okay, other type of the customer is, if you think if it is what grocery shop, the customers are the people who wants to use the produce to to consume to consume. Sorry. So there are first the one type of customer, and the second type of the customer is, if you think if we are if you are a grocery shop, so in a grocery shop they may meet the customers that the customers who buying the goods and services for their own consumption. So there are two type of customers: buying the goods for their own consumption and buying the goods for the reselling. Okay, so suppliers, the one is supplier. Who are the supplier? Is the providers of the raw materials and transport facilities for the business. Okay, very simple. So competitors means the other businesses producing the same, producing or selling the same good or services that a business produced. And the financial institution means the financial institution are the institutions provide the requires loan and consultancy services. Who are for an example, the banks providing the advice, no, so they providing advice, and the consultancy provide advice means the consultancy services, and the requires loan. Employees are the people who working inside the organization. Okay, so the performing the operation of the business. So the government means the propagates they are the people who propagates the policies required to achieve the economic growth of a country. Okay, community means include the population living outside. It includes the people living outside of the business, so they are the community. For an example, the journalists, environmentalists, pressure groups, like that. The future investors means the individuals and institution willing to invest. So all these people are people all these people are considered as the stakeholders of the business, because they all interested in the organization. So now we will study why they interested, why they interested in the organization, what are the objectives of them to of them to towards the businesses. Okay, so first one is the owners, why they are interested in the organization, what are the objectives of the owners to be interested in the organization. Why owners wants to know the security of the investment. He is investing in the organization, he is the one who invest the capital, no? So he wants to know the security of the investment. So investment, security of the investment, and earning a sufficient profit. He wants to know whether I will earn a sufficient profit or not. So he wants to know he is interesting in the business, because he wants to know the whether I can earn the sufficient profit or not. Okay, so growth of the business operation in the future, whether he is interesting, because to get to know about if the whether the business will be grow or not, like that. Okay, that's why the owners objectives are that those things are the objectives. So first one is security of the investment, earning a sufficient profit, growth of the business operation. So the second one is manager is interested because he wants to take the decisions required to achieve the objectives, or implement the decision that carried by the owners. Okay, or promotions and job satisfaction, to satisfy the jobs and promotions, to get the promotions. And why the employees are interesting in the organization, they want to receive a fair or a fair wage or a salary, or job security. They want to be secure in the job, no. Some job the people wants to like what, for an example, people wants to work in a job for a long time, no. So they wants to be secure in the job, so they are interested in the business because of that. Okay, so the customer, why the customer is interested, obtaining the product at a reasonable, we already discussed this, obtain a product at a reasonable price and obtaining quality product. So the other one is supply, securing the order continuously, obtaining the money without any delay. They should interested in the business because they should know, if I give the commodities, give the raw materials, if I will get if it is it sure that I will get the money back or it will be delayed. Okay, so secure the orders continuously. Another part is financial institution, collecting the loans and advances given and providing more loans and advances. The businesses need loans, so the financial institution also contributing by giving the loans, and it will become on next part. And government means whether we can collect the taxes due, generating employment opportunity, whether this business generating the employment opportunities, increase in the domestic production. Competitors determine the price of the own goods. We are determining the sometimes, for an example, sometimes we are determine our price by looking others, looking our competitors price, no. So competitors will be interested in a business to fix the price of their products or to face the competition successfully. And the community analyze whether the business activities are conducted in an environment friendly manner, no. The community is interested because of that, and analyzing whether the business contribute to the social welfare, and the future investor to take the decision on the investment, whether they should invested on this business or not. So these are the things why these people are interested in this organization. And the different stakeholders contribution also there. So for an example, owners, the contribution, they are the people who contribute adequate capital for the business, and the being dedicated and enthusiastic about the business activities and supervising the business activities. Okay, so managers implementing the business plans approximately and taking the correct decisions. Employee, why how their contribution, approximately completing the task assigned and increasing the productivity of the works or the labor. And supplier, supplying the quality raw material. Without quality raw materials we cannot produce quality product. Okay, so they are contributing a lot to a business, so supplying raw materials in time. And government providing business friendly incentives, like some incentives are there for small businesses to loan systems or something. So those are the contribution by the stakeholders. So the first lesson is being finished by this part. Okay, so we have studied a lot in this lesson. Okay, so first we have, let's recap all these things. First one, we have studied the basic concept of the business. Under that we have studied what is barter system. Okay, so what is called, and then we have studied what is called a business. Okay, so business and a global market, and then we have come to business objectives, consumer objectives and business objectives. And business objectives are dividing into two parts. Main objectives, there are 2 and 3 sub objectives are there. And what is called consumer needs and wants, and we have studied we have discuss the characteristic of them. And then today we move on to the manufacturing businesses. It is two parts, and community manufacturing businesses and service providing businesses. Okay, then we have study what are those and examples and those things, and factors of production. Also there are 4: land, labor, capital, entrepreneurship, and we have explained, I have explained it with examples. And then we have moved to the stakeholder of business. There are so many stakeholders, the people who interested in the organization, and we have see who are they, and the objective, objective means why they are interested in the organization, and their contribution to the organization. So these are the things we discussed so far in the first lesson. So first lesson is almost finished from this part, and thank you everyone.